Hello guys, Ken's here. Today I will share with you 6 important tips for the game of Asgard gameplay. This video I made it especially for scholars so that you guys have an idea of how to play when the game is officially released. Tips number 1. Before you start the game, you can change the game key setting. This is very important because you can play more comfortably with your own key setting. With the right key setting, it's much easier to cast the ability skills of your character. It will be much easier for you to do combination skills once you have gotten used to your own key setting. Start to learn about your skill abilities, such as close range skills, long range skills, healing skills, etc. Use it with the right timing, and always monitor your skills during battle. After a few days of practice, you should be able to get used to the gameplay. It should be much easier for you to fight your opponent with your own key setup. The most important part is to keep learning and not be afraid of losing. The more you practice, the more you will become better. Just keep it up, you should be doing fine. Tips number 2, you can press M to open the map. By opening the map, you can see which bosses are the closest ones to fight, and with this, you can save more time to fight all of the boss. The boss will be spawned randomly on the map, and sometimes you will be facing weaker or stronger bosses. Every boss has its own specialty, some moves faster, and some move slower but have higher burst damage. You just need to get used to their movement pattern, and it should be easy to win. Tips number 3, you can use parry to block incoming damage. To use parry, just simply hold your X button showing on your screens. Parry will immediately negate the damage and reflect the fireball back at them. This will damage them and stun them for a split second. Tips number 4. These are the most important tips that everyone should focus on. When fighting the boss, make sure you don't get too close to him, because the boss has very high damage. A few hits can kill you. What you should do is, try to distance yourself from the boss and cast your skills from afar. You can learn this by watching my gameplay. What I will do is make sure that my character is far from the boss, and I will damage the boss with skills from afar. This will make it much safer for me to kill the boss than fight him at close range, which is very risky. Always monitor the skill bar cooldown on your screens, and as soon as the cooldown of your skills is refreshed, use them immediately. You may do it repeatedly with the same process. After watching my gameplay, you guys should be able to beat any of the bosses easily. The key to winning against the boss is, just keep your distance from your opponent and land your skills in the right spot to hit the boss. Tips number 5. If you are playing with Odin, or any hero that has the ability to right-click, you need to use it wisely. Timing is very important. To make your right-click skills very effective, use them when fighting your opponent alone when there are no other enemies surrounding him. Tips number 6. These are the last tips for today. There are many more to mention, but these 6 are sufficient for someone new to the game to understand the gameplay. The last tip is a little more difficult to do, because it requires very good timing, and one wrong move will cause significant damage to your characters. The 6th tip is, to fight your opponent from a close distance. At close range, you need to make sure that no other enemies are surrounding him. It should be a 1 versus 1 situation. This is the fastest way to beat your opponent, but it is also very risky if you are not used to it. Once you are hitting your opponent with auto attack close range, try to watch the opponent's character animation. You can see when your opponent is casting skills, immediately back off from it. Just try to evade your opponent's skills and get close to him again. You should be able to kill your opponent quickly if you can avoid getting hit by their attack skills. Keep in mind that this current video of gameplay is only a demo, therefore, there could be many changes when the game is officially launched, but with this video, you should be able to gain a basic understanding of how the game works, which will help you better on the official game once it is released. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or add me on Discord.